Hello, we are Nittany Solar, the Penn State University Solar District Cup Spring Semester team. Our comprehensive proposal aims to address our district's needs effectively. We will provide an overview of our district use case and team background. The team will then present our approach and final solution from a design, financial, and development perspective, emphasizing the innovative aspects of our approach. We will conclude by outlining our proposal's benefits to the district. To begin with our team introduction, Nittany Solar is a team of 6 Penn State Earth and Mineral Science engineers under Dr. Nelson Jade's faculty supervision and guidance from industry mentor Sahil Iniganti. Our district use case was for the University of Washington. UW is a public research institute with its main campus in Seattle. The university wants to install a photovoltaic PV-only system across its main campus. Its primary goal is to maximize potential economic value across the proposed system's estimated lifetime. In addition, the university wants to promote its academic and reputational value by adopting renewable energy and furthering sustainable practices. UW Solar, a student-led campus organization, has recommended 14 rooftop sites. In addition, the campus is interested in potential carports or adjacent lots for solar installation. After performing an extensive analysis of the campus and the needs of our client, we recommend installing 7 solar sites across the campus to offset building consumption and help the university achieve its sustainability goals. The proposed sites include 6 rooftop arrays and 1 carport system with a total installed capacity of 572 kilowatts. The total system has a PPA price of 9.4 cents per kilowatt hour, giving a total customer savings of over $83,000 across the project life. Each group brought an innovative perspective to the project, beginning with the design team. UW has a unique oceanic climate with low temperature variations and high rainfall. Our proposal addresses the inherent solar energy capture challenges associated with the location's frequent overcast conditions. The design team focused on aligning with the client's primary goal of maximizing financial viability. We found that 4 sites have a prohibitively high roof replacement cost for solar installation. The remaining 10 buildings were assessed for solar feasibility, considering building orientation, solar access, and rooftop obstructions. Performing extensive iterative analyses across campus, we found that 6 of the 14 buildings were viable. Our selected components are designed for Seattle's climate, with roof designs using a ballast system with reduced row-to-row spacing to increase energy density. We have selected high-efficiency Q-cell solar modules with low degradation rates across designs to maintain robust power performance, with string inverters that are designed to favor the reduced temperature variations of the region. For further design innovation, the solar carport system utilizes bifacial modules to maximize potential energy density. These design considerations demonstrate our team's innovative approach to addressing UW's unique climate and reduced available area, ensuring our proposed solutions maximum efficiency and effectiveness.
Moving forward to the distribution analysis, the team was provided with a heat map for the electrical system to help give a general idea of what to work with. In the process of designing the system, the team considered the maximum photovoltaic capacity at each site, operating under the assumption of a power factor of 0.95. Following this, they calculated the total capacity that would be introduced in the distribution network. This approach guarantees a thorough comprehension of the potential contribution of the PV network, thereby ensuring an efficient and effective design. This understanding is crucial for optimizing the use of solar energy and maximizing its benefits. The peak load reference serves as our limiting factor, as it is often a benchmark for determining the maximum PV production that a feeder or a transformer can handle. The analysis shown in Table 3 involved a comparison of the hourly production data collected from Helioscope with the building's minimum hourly load. This comparison provides a valuable insights into the performance and efficiency of the PV system, where the photovoltaic system is connected to the buildings using the behind-the-meter method, as this method comes into play only when the energy output of the building of the PV system falls short of the building's energy consumption. This approach fosters the efficient utilization of the energy produced by the PV system.
Moving on to conduct the financial analysis, we use the given financial model by the competition to assess different aspects like cost, customer savings, and cash purchase. The following table shows a breakdown of each system and some important parameters like estimated price for construction cost per watt, cost fraction, and PPA price. We used the 2021 US solar cost benchmark to gather an economy of scale approach to determine the price per watt for composite and subsystem sizes for the current arrays using the 2023 benchmark prices. After calculating the cost per watt, we multiplied it by 2% inflation rate assumption, accounting for the year 2024. Our targeted IRR was set to be 7%, and the lower table shows the total system cost of over $980,000 and $1.7 million cash purchase price for the whole system. Finally, we got the PPA price of the entire system was estimated to be 9.4 cents.
So looking at some of the comparisons between our PPA price and the current cost of electricity for UW, you can see that there is that advantage to our PPA price, specifically that 9.4 cents that Moon mentioned per kilowatt hour. UW is currently paying right now 10.3 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity. This number was calculated from the provided Seattle Light data for high demand consumers, and we weighted the cost between peak and off-peak hours for not just the base utility cost, but the demand charge as well. And then that escalation rate that you're seeing of 2.65%, we got from calculating it from numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So using that historical data from like the past decade, the best 10 years, to calculate that escalation over time. And then another thing to add or to mention with regard to that is that Seattle Light will actually be keeping their escalation rate at around 3% until the year 2028 as a part of their strategic plan updates. So you could argue that there's even more savings. You're going to be seeing an even larger difference between that utility cost and our PPA price over time, especially with our lower escalation rate of 2.5%. So even though the state of Washington doesn't have things like solar renewable energy credits that we can capitalize on, investment tax credits are a major factor in our project return. So right now we are eligible for 40% for a 40% ITC bonus, and that's coming from the 30% base credit that we're getting for solar projects like these. And then there's also a 10% domestic content bonus that we've achieved as we've reached the threshold for the steel content, domestic steel, and then that the percentage of domestic component costs that we need to reach that threshold for getting that 10% bonus. So along with these, with these incentives, along with a well thought out design, we can produce customer savings that total that of $83,048 over the 30-year project life, which is great considering the total sun production in the state of Washington, and with the additional challenge that UW is already paying 2 to 3 cents lower than the surrounding area for electricity.
Looking at the development plan, the university is located in the University District of Seattle, Washington, so it was determined that the city of Seattle is going to be the authority having jurisdiction. The University of Washington and the Burke Museum are both located on the lands of the Coast Salish peoples and reside within the Duwamish, Puyallup, Suquamish, Tulalip, and Muckleshoot nations. Therefore, it is vital to acknowledge their needs and desires in the pursuit of equitable development through their land acknowledgements. The development team consulted the campus master plan, which covers the university's development and design requirements as well as future objectives. They highlight the campus as a learning lab, primarily through 5 core goals: engagement, the built environment, economic development, mobility, and ecological systems. The array locations were chosen from a list of proposed sites curated by the University of Washington's own student organization, UW Solar, so implementation of the arrays will bring students' ideas to fruition and increase engagement. Implementing productive solar roofs works towards their set built environment goals, and economic sustainability will be increased by using local contractors for construction. In compliance with the university's master plan development standards, the proposed carport will be 12 feet in height and allows for unobstructed emergency and service vehicle access. The team also assumes the remaining arrays are compliant with the master plan building height limits, as they are being installed as rooftop utilities that do not exceed 15 feet in height.
The project's timeline was segmented into 5 key phases. First will be project analysis, slated 4 weeks, which includes selecting contractors and site evaluations. Then there's design, slated 5 weeks, which encapsulates all iterations. Next, legal and documentation, slated 6 weeks, covers all permit applications and processing time. Fourth, there's commissioning, slated 7 weeks, which focuses on construction. And finally, there are inspections from the fire department as well as the city of Seattle, which will take about 2 weeks.
The development team heeded local and international fire codes, state and local energy codes, and the University of Washington's own unique facility requirements when drafting the proposed photovoltaic arrays. These sources provided requirements for array design as well as signage and documentation for when they are officially submitted to university and city records. The proposal covers ground-mounted and roof-mounted photovoltaic arrays. The arrays on pre-existing buildings are roof-mounted, while the array featured on the carport is considered a ground-mount design. Unlike roof-mounted solar, the array on the carport does not require access pathways because it is an open, freestanding structure. The development team reviewed pertinent construction, electrical, and interconnection permits from the city's Seattle Department of Construction and Inspections, Seattle Design and Installation, the State Building Code Council, and the Seattle City Council. The required method of applying, required materials, and projected processing time was recorded and factored into the team's proposed timeline. These support adherence to the codes compiled.
The team's first step for determining distributional impacts was identifying the project stakeholders, the university and the local community. The university is comprised of UW Facilities Office, which will experience workforce impacts, the administration and board, which benefits from the decreased emissions through institutional sustainability rankings such as ASHE, and the students, which would be impacted by the construction, as well as the possible research or lab opportunities. The team further suggests the scheduling of a town hall events to allow the students and community to learn more about and provide feedback on the project. The team then explored the impacts to the stakeholders via 6 main avenues seen in the bottom right. Of note, the project was determined to have an increased need for workforce commitment, explored through the selection of a local unionized company for installation seen in the upper right, as well as increased apprenticeship possibilities for the surrounding community, including Indigenous populations. The plan would also decrease carbon emissions, which aligns with the university's goals, and provide community benefits, such as incorporating the panels in the university's Math Science Upward Bound program to increase STEM education for local high schoolers, and increase the public's exposure to renewables through a new exhibit featuring the carport at the Burke Museum. Finally, there were 4 significant risks involved, which included interconnection delays, meeting the federal ITC timeline, Burke Museum accessibility during construction, and the proposed building C1's shade impact on the carport.
To recap, our proposed installation recommends installing 7 solar sites across campus with a total PPA price of 9.4 cents per kilowatt hour, giving a total customer savings of over $83,000. Additionally, the installation reduces campus-wide emissions and increases solar visibility. As the development team mentioned, the installation can also be used effectively with the local Burke Museum and the university's Upward Bound program to interact with the local community. We'd like to thank faculty advisor, Dr. Nelson Jade, and industry mentor, Sahil Iniganti. In addition, we'd like to thank the SDC organizers and the judges. Thank you.